Hello and welcome to Oasis Info. In this video, I will show you how to install and configure Active Directory Domain Services role in Windows Server 2019 step by step. So before begin, we have some server requirements and checklist needs to be verified on the server 2019. So here as you see, this should be a licensed Windows Server or the trial pack, and the user must have an administrative privileges, and we need to assign the dedicated static IP addresses to the server, and also make sure we need to update all the Windows updates. Then we can install the Active Directory Domain Services role. So let's verify the username, whether does it have the administrative privileges or not. Then we will assign the IP address. So let me check my username privileges. One as administrator, who I am, I, okay, so this is the administrator. So first thing is first, and the second thing we need to assign the dedicated server IP address. So let's assign the static IP. So in this case, I will select Ethernet 01, then I will disable this IP version 6. I will select this IP version 4, and let me check my IP configuration. So this is the dynamic IP addresses from the DHCP server. So let me assign the static IP address here, 192.168.155. I will choose 199. So gateway is 292.168.155.2, and also you see, as you see here, use the following DNS server addresses. So the preferred DNS server, I would assign the same IP addresses over here, 192.168.155.199. So here I would specify the Google DNS IP address. So in some companies, so they have a separate DNS server and they have a separate Active Directory server. So that's the reason they will configure in the different IP addresses in the different servers. So in our case, we are going to configure the Active Directory and DNS server, DNS services in the same server. Yeah. Let's say okay. Select okay. So this is done. Let's check how to config. So we have assigned the static IP addresses. Yeah, that is perfect. And let's change the computer name. So here I would say win, yes, server, and server 2019. Okay. And once you specify the system name, you must restart your computer to apply these changes. So I will say okay, restart now. And the next think we need to verify the Windows security updates. So now our server is ready. Let's log in as administrator. So you see this is the administrator, which means this is a local administrator. Let's log into the server. So let us verify our checklist. So upon here I click config. So we have assigned the static IP addresses in the server and host name. Host name we have specified Win Server 2019, and the third checklist we can verify the Windows updates. So you see we are up to date, so we don't need to worry about this. So let's begin our installation. So here you see you can go to manage and add roles and features. Select this, and this is the before you begin you have to verify. Before you continue, verify the following tasks have been completed. So the administrator account has a strong password. This is done. We have assigned the static IP addresses and the security update is done. So we have completed all these three checklists, so we are good to go. Just select next. So here we have a two options: role based on feature based installation or remote desktop service installation. So here we will select role based or feature based installation. Select next. So we need to select the destination server here. So here we have only one server, and select the server from the server pool. So we don't have any other server, we have only one server, which is Win Server 2019, and the IP address is 192.168.155.199, which we assigned a couple of minutes ago. So just select next, and here we go. Here we need to select the services which needs to be installed on the server. So I would select Active Directory domain services. So add features that are required for Active Directory domain services. So these are the roles. Center. So just say add features, and also here I can select DNS server. So I'm going to install DNS server as well. Yeah. So here we have selected two role. One is Active Directory domain services and DNS server. Just say next. So these are the domain services. Things to note to help to make sure you are still logged in the network, and this is just for your information. And say next. And select next. So this is our confirmation screen. So here we have selected Active Directory domain services and DNS server, and also it has some features like group policy management and Active Directory administration rules. So which means we are completed. Just say install, and this will take few minutes to complete this installation. So here the installation is completed. So let's see our next checklist. So we have installed the Active Directory domain services role. Then the next would be promote the server to a domain controller. To promote domain controller, let's click this. So as you see here, we have three options. So add a domain controller to an existing domain, which means if you are configuring this server into your existing domain controller as a ADC, you can select this one. And the second one would be add a new domain to an existing forest. So if you are preparing the server for your existing forest, you can select the second one. So we are not going to do this. And the third one, add a new forest. So we are going to create new forest, which means new active directory domain controller in your production environment to your company. So most probably here you can specify your company name. Here I would specify my company name. Oh yeah, this info dot local. So here I have specified my company name oasis info dot local. So just select next. So here we have to select our forest function level and domain function level. By default, forest function level is 2016 and domain function level is 2016. So here I don't see Windows Server 2019 forest function level because we are installing Active Directory domain services in Windows Server 2019. But and as you see here, domain name system DNS server is selected and global catalog is selected, which means we already selected DNS server. So that's why it is there selected. So here we need to specify the restore password. Just select next. So in this screen it is a delegation for DNS server cannot be created, so we just a warning message, so you don't need to bother about this. Just select next and it will verify your NetBIOS name. So we have assigned oasis info.local and it will retrieve your NetBIOS name oasis info. That's perfect. And let's select next. And here it is appearing all the database folder and log file folder and syslog folder. If you want, you can specify your target folder path. So in my case I don't want to change this specified folder, I can use the default. Select next and we are almost completed. So you can review your selections. So configure this server in the first Active Directory domain control in the new forest. Yes, we are configured this server in the new forest and the new domain name is oasisinfo.local. That is good, and NetBIOS name is oasisinfo and function level is Windows Server 2016 and domain function level is 2016, and these are the additional information. So just review your details and select next. And it will verify your prerequisites for a domain controller operation. Just wait for a couple of minutes. Yeah, it's done. So all prerequisite checks passed successfully. Click install to begin installation. So here we select install. Yep. So once this installation is completed, the server will restart automatically. Let's wait for the moment. Yep, this is done. We have successfully completed Active Directory domain services installation. Let's close. Say close. This will restart automatically. So once restart is completed, we are going to log in as domain administrator. So far we have completed installation of Active Directory domain services and configuration of new Active Directory forest. Restart is done. So as you see here, the difference OSC/administrator, which means this server is now promoted as a domain controller. So now I'm going to log in as domain administrator, OSS info/administrator, and password. This will take, first time it will take a few seconds. And the server manager is preparing. So as you see here, we have installed Active Directory domain services and DNS server. Let's verify the Active Directory management tools, and these are the management tools, and we have a Active Directory Administrative Center and Domain and Trust and Active Directory Site and Services and Active Directory Users and Computer. Let's verify the Active Directory Users and Computers. So in this console we can verify our domain name Oasis info. So here we have built-in, sorry, built-in users group. So we have administrative users group and remote desktop users and server operator and terminal license controller license server. So if you want to create any user, right click here and select new, and here you can select new user. Here you can specify the username. I am going to website test, and last name is user, and the website test user. Select next. So here you can specify the user password. So here we have our options. User must change the password next login. Yes, whenever you are going to create this user for employee, then you must select this option. So if you are going to create any service user, so you can select this option. So you cannot select this together. So I'm just going to select this one. Next, that's it. And we have let's verify the DNS server, and this is our DNS server, and we have locals, we have forward local zone and reverse local zone. On the forward local zone we have two integrated zones, and here you can see our domain name Oasis info, and we have the host record, and this is our host record win server 2019, and this is our IP addresses, and here local zone we don't have any records. Let's create a new record. Right click and create a primary zone, and also I'm going to select the store the zone in active directory. Okay, next, and it is to DNS server running on the domain controller. Okay, next, and we are going to create IP version for reverse local zone, and I'm going to specify my DNS server IP 192.168.155. So the outlets and allow on the secure object. Okay, next, and next. That's it, and we have created one reverse local zone records. This is our record. Record. Let's go to here and select our web server and update associated pointer PTR record here. We will update our reverse local zone. So go to here and say refresh. Yeah, our pointer record is ready. Now let's verify this. Let's look up. Oh, let's change IP address. Close it. Let's assign this into. So here as you see, use the following DNS server. So we have assigned our server IP as DNS server 192.168.155.199. So let's say okay. This is done, and now we'll refresh here. CNT. Say backup. Yeah. Now we got the domain name and IP addresses, and let's type our domain name. Here is info.local. Yeah, we got a response from server, so our server IP is resolved 192.168.155.199. Let's type IP address 192.168.155.199. So we got the server name as well, so we are good to go. So successfully we have completed our Active Directory domain and services. So here we have verified Active Directory tools, users and computers, and also we have verified DNS forward and reverse lookup zone and naming resolution. Thank you.